Hey guys, AntonioZilla here. Yes, I have finally returned. Today we are going to be reviewing the Jurassic World Amber Collection. I can't speak. The Velociraptor. The Velociraptor from Jurassic Park. This figure kicks off a brand new GameStop exclusive line that's intended for adult collectors 14 and up. So first of all, let's take a look at this packaging. So I really like how the Velociraptor is sort of presented in front of this matte amber color. The whole theme of the box is kind of this amber and rock, which is supposed to allude to, the Jurassic Park. You've got the mosquito and amber. I really like this claw right here. And then if you look at the bottom, there is a Allosaurus skeleton above the title Amber Collection. And then turning it to the back, there is a still image of the Velociraptor and a text. Pause if you'd like to read it. Overall, I'm liking this new design. Now let's take the Velociraptor out of its plastic cage. Here is the figure out of the box. It's looking really impressive. Now before we take a look at the figure itself, we're going to take a look at its amber themed stand. So actually it's a base and a stand. The stand itself is kind of a curved plastic beam, and it can move, but it pops out really easily, and that can get annoying. The tip also moves for flexibility purposes, obviously, and it's okay, I guess. The only thing is it kind of plugs in a certain area, if you know what I mean. Yeah, raptor penetration. Anyways, the base that the stand plugs into has the Jurassic World logo, and it kind of looks like pee. Yeah, it really does. I'm sorry. And you really only need it if the Velociraptor is going to be pouncing or running. I know it's supposed to look like amber, but just the area it's placed in, it looks like the Velociraptor just couldn't take it anymore and took a leak. But yeah, so now let's take a look at the figure itself. As usual, Mattel has given us a figure with an amazing sculpt, especially the head. It looks just like the Velociraptor, but there's only one thing. If you look at it from head on, there's something about it. I think it's the head. It looks too thick. The Indominus Rex had the same problem. Just the back of the head is like too thick, but from the side it looks fine. It's just that the front angle, it looks too thick. I'm sorry. It does. The sculpt is good nonetheless. It's just that, everything has its quirks, but the neck is also nicely detailed. It has really nice folds and creases in the scales, which emulate, the position that the head's in, which I like, and it merges smoothly into the torso. The torso itself has even more prominent skin folds, which gives it that lifelike sort of fleshy look, and then the back is a really dark brown color with those nice details of the scaling. I like that. And then the belly is a off-tone beige of sorts, and it's not quite as detailed as the back, and it's more reflective for some reason. And the torso on the other side is the same, of course. As far as muscular structure, I think the legs have the best definition. You can see all of the upper muscles like the quad and the calf. They're all nicely defined, and I really like how they were sort of implemented into the sculpt. And it still retains this scaly texture. The feet and toes are nicely defined with the plated scales on each toe and the signature toe claw, which is articulated. I'll show you that in a second. And surprisingly, the toes are actually correctly sized, to me at least. I mean, usually the feet are way too big on these figures, but it's nicely sized. I cannot say the same for the tail, however. There's just something about it that feels a smidge too thin. I think if it was a little bit higher, and if it was just, a little bit broader and kind of thicker, I think that would have fixed it, but it just feels a little too small. And now for my personal highlight for the figure, the articulation. So the jaw opens on two hinge joints, revealing a really bright pink mouth, which is too bright. I think it should have been more of a bloody red tone. That would have been better. The head can move up and down, and the neck on the base can spin 360 degrees, and it can look up really far. And then the arms can move 360 degrees, and there's also a hinge joint which allows an outward pivot, I cannot talk, and then it can bend at the elbow, and same thing, and it can spin 360 at the elbow. and then the wrist can move up and down. The hip cannot move that much, but there is a really nice bend in the knees that allows it to curl back about that far and front that far. And then there is a sort of hinge joint at the ankle. Yeah, I'm awful with anatomy, I'm sorry. I'm trying here. And then there is a bend at the... Okay, no, that's the ankle. I am so confused, but there is the toe claw thing. The tail is not articulated in segments. It is actually a bendy wire, which I have to say I am not the biggest fan of. Oh no, my exposure. Oh, wait, let me fix that. Okay, there we go. Anyways, the bendy wire, it's okay. I'll show you it right here. But it's like once you bend it, it's hard to get it straight again, and it gets annoying because there's always little imperfections, and it's never really straight again, so... Yeah, you always have to have it in a curved sort of position, and yeah, it's okay. For an idea of scale, here it is next to the Jurassic World Battle Damage Velociraptor Blue. Yeah, they're not sized up correctly at all, but they're not in the same scale either. Finally, here is the Amber Collection Raptor next to the NECA Godzilla 1962. These are definitely not to scale, but... I don't know, but that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Ugh. I'm sorry, I kind of ran out of air. And stay tuned for more AntonioZilla videos. By the way, I'm sorry I was gone for so long. It's been like 3 weeks since I've uploaded a new video. But ever since I found out about the new stuff with YouTube and COPA and their new terms of service, I kind of freaked out because... You know, they don't want channels on YouTube that are targeted for kids, and well, I mean, all my channel is right now is just reviewing figures, and I was afraid that YouTube would see that and delete my channel. But I recently learned that it's not quite that bad, and it only depends on if your audience is kids or not, and it turns out they're not. Everyone that views my channel is apparently 18 to 24 years old, so yeah, I'm good, so... My channel probably won't be leaving anytime soon, but yeah. I was also gone for a long time since I took a week-long trip to New York City. I even got to see the location where they filmed the legend... I swear to God, I cannot speak today. It's just something has taken my voice, but I got to see one of the filming locations for the show Friends, so yeah, that's cool. It wasn't like the set that was the actual apartments they were in, it was actually just like the outside building on Bedford Avenue. It was still cool though. Okay, now I'm going. Goodbye.